about color of skin. Don't matter the eyes, look within. Where you from? Which way you're going? Forget foolish aims. New wind is blowing. People power, children. People power. People power. Point of view, yes. Don't say you're wrong when you show your eyes. Not your brother, you must fight. Oh no. Remember the question. It's taking you too long. People, unite and be strong. Live long. Your people power, children. People power. Look at you. People power. Steady. People now. Listen. Never, never, never say you're wrong. When you show your right, don't fight. There's bound to be solutions for world unity. People, free your minds from captivity. Your people power, children. People power, look at you. People power, on the double now. Now make no trouble now. Right away. Hey, I'm on la, are we through? Your people power for you. I'm on la, are we through? Our people power for you. People power. People power. Right away. On the double now. Now make no trouble now. Look at you. 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 Stand up. Look at you. Stand up. Look at you. Get up. Look at you. Stand up. Look at you. Get up. Look at you. Look at you. Alright. Look at you. Stand up. Look at you. Still living. Look at you. People, are you ready? Hey, give the people what they want. Let's solve a problem about color of skin. Don't matter the eyes, look within. Where you from? Which way you're going? Forget foolish aims. New wind is blowing. People power, children. People power. People power. Point of view, yes. Don't say you're wrong when you show your eyes. Not your brother, you must fight. Oh no. Remember the question. It's taking you too long. People, unite and be strong. Live long. Your people power, children. People power. Look at you. People power. Steady. People now. Listen, never, never, never say you're wrong when you show you're right. Don't fight. There's bound to be solutions for world unity. People, free your mind from captivity. Your people power children. People power, look at you. People power, on the double now. Now make no trouble now. Right away. Hey, I'm on la, are we through? Your people power for you. I'm on la, are we through? Our people power for you. People power, right away, on the double now. Now make no trouble now. Look at you. 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 Stand up. Look at you. Stand up. Look at you. Get up. Look at you. Stand up. Look at you. Get up. Look at you. Look at you. Alright. Look at you. Stand up. Look at you. Still it up. Look at you. No, I evening. Look at you.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Walk in His Ways Impact Wars podcast. I'm your host, Furman Jackson Jr., broadcasting once again from the DFW. So I want to welcome everyone to our Wednesday night edition of Walk in His Ways Impact Wars podcast. Like I said, I'm your host and the founder of Walk in His Ways Impact Wars podcast, Furman Jackson Jr. In the studio with me, and my guest is about making his name in the music industry. He has a few music singles out. Now, just to name a few, Hate Me, Hurt Me, The Storm, Focus on Me, Venting, and the new single he have out now is called Fire. I'm proud to say that this young man is my little brother. His name is DaeDay. DaeDay, welcome to Walking This Way Impact Wars podcast. I know you're not a stranger. You're on here for the second time.
Yes,
I know
sir.
you're being productive. I don't want to say the word busy, but you're being productive, making music, making history, making a name for yourself in the industry. So I thank you once again, my brother, for taking time out of your productive schedule to hang out with me, have a Q&A session, talk about your music, your message to the fans, and all the other stuff. So what's been going on? When's the last time we actually interacted with each other?
Yeah, big bro. Before we get started, man, I do want to say thank you for having me on once again. Last time you had me on, I don't even think I started music at that point. I just had a lot of stuff going on, just commercial real estate, you know what I'm saying, downtown and stuff like this. So appreciate you again for sharing this platform with me and give me an opportunity to come share my story. But
And that's what's up.
yeah, with that being said, I just shot a new music video last week. I mean, this past weekend, and that is called Need Me. Stay tuned, man. That is another R&B joint. That is kind of along the lines of Focus on Me. That's the newest project that I have coming up soon. I also have a clothing line myself that is actually finna drop. Just a feature with Hope, and that is called Vitamin P. So you guys stay tuned for that, man.
Man, there's no way, man. I'm proud of you, little brother, because it's been almost over a year. Shut
Yeah.
down, almost over a year when we crossed paths with each other downtown. You was going through the building, selling breakfast burritos, and
Yeah.
Next thing I know, you know, doing your clothing line, HOE, of course, hustle of everything.
Mhm.
You're not doing music. You still promoting. You still been an entrepreneur. It's just like you just shot overnight, from
Yeah.
doing the burritos to now you been a household name and you being
Hmm.
humble with it. How has the journey been for you from when I met you to yet today? I know it's not done. I know it's not over yet because I
Yeah.
know you still writing your story. So
Of course.
how has the
I
journey
mean,
been for the most part?
just like you said, I mean, fast, man. I mean, just like a few days ago, it feels like I was selling breakfast burritos, going through the building, and different things like that. Just that hunger that I had. With that, just that hustle and that desire to be great. That's the thing with me that's still been translating and still have been taken with me. Um, fast. Uh, I remember I recorded that one song, "Hurt Me," and then from that point, it was a sound. It was a sound that you couldn't deny. It was almost like it was like destiny. I always wanted to do music anyways, deep down internally. So for that, it was just about my dream coming to life, and it sounded so good that it just lit a fire under me, and that just kept me going to just want to be the best DaeDay and the best version of David Reed that I can be, man.
And I know on this journey, I know you like I say it's all about making a name for yourself. I know you do a lot of shows, you do a
Hmm.
lot of doing concerts, you record, doing music. I've been following you closely from IG, Facebook, and you're doing it all from the clothing line,
Yeah,
everything. I love the new shirt too, with the tricks and everything. That's a nice shirt,
actually, I had to put it on, man, just for that. We always got to represent, man.
most definitely. And I want to purchase this shirt, so I'm asking the question: where can we go to purchase this T-shirt?
Uh, this is our Instagram page first, man. Shout out to my big cousin for making this dope brand. That Instagram is the real Ho brand. TheRealHoebrand. Make sure y'all follow him on Instagram. The link is in his bio. The link is www.hobrand.com. HOEBRAND.com.
And that's awesome. Not, I love seeing individuals they doing something they love to do, doing something they're born to do, and making a life. We supposed to have life. Let's go build for a moment. Christ said, "I came that you might have life and have life more abundantly." And we know we in the world, we're not of the world. We know
Exactly.
we aliens passing through, right? So we know that in this world system, when we broke the algorithm. They taught us to go to school, get a job, spend 30 years in that job, retire,
Hmm.
and then tell you to live a good life. But we go to scriptures, the Bible says, let thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. If we go to a religious standpoint, they programs in religion that we supposed to enjoy the true riches in heaven, but
Exactly.
we supposed to struggle here in the earth. Which
Hmm.
that was a lie. Because he said, I came that you might have life. And we know that everyone that God chosen people were truly blessed. From Abraham, father of many nations, King David. They was rich. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. For
They had it
sure.
all. Job had it all. Cause God really blessed his people.
Hmm.
And I just watch you. You motivate me. You inspire me because you're constantly putting in the work. What keeps not DaeDay, but what keeps David Reed rooted and grounded?
Just that foundation of God. I have to keep him first at all things. I mean, just because he brought me this far, and just to be have the success that I've had early on in my career, it's just all been God. And I'll say that everything that I went through in life, and he was just molding me for the moment and everything that I'm going to be having in the future. Like you said, just because you serve God doesn't mean you have to serve him at the bottom and be poor. And you just keep him first, and you don't put other things above him. So I mean, just that love of God that I have, and I love him more than anything, because just waking up every single day and just having breath in my body, man. Things that we seem to take granted for every single day, man. My cousin always say, man, be grateful just for the little things, man, and that'll help you to get blessings in life. And ever since I've been doing that, man, I don't got a lot financially, but I know what God is working on with me as well, because He gave me this gift, and you know the sound is there. You can't deny that. The look is there, the clothes are there. Shout out to the brand, and like everything is aligned, and this is God's plan.
And that's it. And I know you rooting and grounded, and I know you staying focused. I'm not gonna glorify. No people glorify bad times, but we glorifying good times. We
Good time,
glorifying the best of times because we know that we been rooted and grounded. You know, even a good soldier is always prepared for war in the midst of peace. And I know you one of those good soldiers
of
out
course,
there on the main line. It's still being prepared in the midst of peace. You still always ready and grounded.
of course.
So I got a couple questions, of course. You know,
Hmm.
I gave such some questions I'm gonna ask you, and we kind of summed up on what I already asked you anyway. So
Hmm.
I want to know what inspired you. What did inspire you to start making music?
Uh, since the childhood, growing up in church, my aunt singing, a lot of family members, just Disney Channel, just watching stuff like that. I always was singing because I always noticed that about myself. You know, inside of my head, I'm like, man, you sound really good, man, or the potential is there. You know, I always wanted to sing. I mean, second grade, I was doing plays, I was singing. I did choir in middle school, show choir in high school, watching my big cousins do it, And then I just get inspired. My parents are working, 9 to 5 still. And just, I have something that, like I tell them, this is a way for me to make it out. Like, that's how good the music is. And that's how big of the brand is, you know what I'm saying? So this is an opportunity for us to, like I said, just my parents and them working, and then me knowing that I can honestly change that just with a simple note, you know, it makes me just go so much more harder, man. So the inspiration is just there from just a kid, like just loving music and the art of it, the feeling that you get when you listen to music and just singing. Rapping is cool, but I grew up a singer and just admiring some like Aretha Franklin's and other Christian singers. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's
Chris
up.
Brown, definitely though. I have to give a big shout out to Chris Brown. Big inspiration to me. That's really when I was like, I want to be like him. That's the guy I looked at first and was like, okay, because I seen some of the same similarities in himself as in me.
And that's what's up. Let me ask you: do you get compared to being Chris Brown? Do you get
I get
compared to him?
compared to him a lot actually. So it's like, just being able to study him and other greats before him, Justin Bieber, even though he's white, I like him a lot. Just his style, his swag. So, I mean, I definitely get compared to Chris Brown a lot, especially before I started being original. I would do nothing but his covers. So they're like, man, you look like him, you sound like him, man. So, yeah.
That's what's up. And before we get further, I'm gonna play the clips you sent me from the Hurt Me, and after that, I want you to take me behind the scenes on what that song came from. So we'll be right back after this clip, ladies and gentlemen.
Why you gotta hurt me? How come you can't stand solid? Why you had to fold on me? Why you gotta hurt me? Supposed to be a brick, how you ain't gon' stand on it? Why you gotta hurt me? How come you can't stand solid? Why you had to fold on me? Why you gotta hurt me? Supposed to be a real nigga, how you ain't gon' stand on it? Supposed to be a real brick, how you ain't gon' stand on it? I've been in the trenches, we been talking fast, man. I don't get that funny acting. Niggas fair talk, politics, split it, big head, leave them dead walking. Why you gotta
Hey, what's up, everybody? We are back here on Walking This Way. That was a clip of the song "Hurt Me." So, DaeDay, what was the reason behind that song, "Hurt Me"? And I know that was your first single, right? That
Yes,
you
sir.
released. Okay, take
Uh-huh.
me behind the scenes where that song came from.
So the backstory what hurt me, actually, I wrote that in 2020, man. So like I said, we were speaking on God's time is a little bit different than man's. Because if it was on mine, I would have already blew up. But I wrote "Hurt Me" in 2020. That came just dealing with some fake people, and just a situation dealing with fake people, and they were claiming that they were so real. I'm this, and that, and supposed to be a real one. How you ain't gonna stand on it? That means if you gonna claim to be real, at least stand on your morals and principles, and don't let anybody falter that. If you don't snitch, Like, if you want to be street, don't snitch. If you want to abide by those rules, abide by the rules, man. Be all in that. Be all in anything. As a man, as a woman, stand on it. And sometimes when somebody do something to you, it hurts you. I was just saying the real emotion, how I felt. Why you gotta hurt me? How come you can't stand solid? Why you have to fold on me? Because it's like you folded. You just ask somebody to be real, and that's how you want.
Yes, I'm gonna ask you this. I know you went through that. You went through that experience. How do you maintain staying focused? 'Cause I know a lot of time we may go back and replay in our mind what the individual had done, what they said. But
Yeah,
how do you keep focused? I know we don't want our emotions to get in the way. Because we get our emotions in the way, we lose it all. And I know at the end of
exactly.
the day, it's not worth losing what you built. So how do you maintain that focus?
I mean, it was a long time ago, man.
Right.
Honestly, I've been over it for a very long time. I'm a person that tends to never not hold anything. You know, just moving on, and I'm not gonna let myself crash out behind somebody's being just dumb or ignorant or something like that because I actually have stuff to lose. Even back then, I didn't have nothing, but I still feel like I had a lot to lose because I mean, you don't want to throw your life away over one decision. So just able to just wanting more and not letting that stuff hold me down because I don't care about it. You go through storms, you go through fires and stuff like that, and that's to all mold you as a man. So you have to go through stuff like that so you can know life and just you know
Yeah, that's what's up. And I gotta give big shout out to Miss Jones. She said great vibe. She liked the single. Hurt me. Then
thank you.
she came with Let Me Go. Feet hurt me. Let me
Yeah,
go. Feet hurt. She said it's a nice track. So that's what's
thank you. I
up.
appreciate it.
Big shout out to Miss Sheena D. Horn in the building from SDH Entertainment out in the Washington D.C. area. She said indeed, and she said it's a great vibe. So appreciate everybody in the
Yeah, we appreciate
comment
you.
section. The comment. If y'all have any questions in the comments for DaeDay, go ahead put a Q in the comment section. Feel free to ask. You know how it is on the show. So hey, don't be scared. Ask questions you want to ask. So what else we got going on next? I know I seen a clip on your Instagram where the CEO surprised you
Yeah,
with a BMW. You thought you was being punked.
I thought I was being punked, man.
What was going through your mind? It was like, is this real?
It's
You know,
it's
like,
still
is this real?
surreal. And of course, I was like, is it real? No one's ever done nothing for me like that before, and so it was just a surreal moment. Honestly, I'm still blown away, man. I can't do nothing but thank him. But like he said, man, you deserve it. You put in the work, and he believes in me more than that. And a car now, that's nothing when we gonna be having multiple cars and multiple houses and stuff like that. Because that's the type of confidence that we have in both of each other. So
And I know when you looked at that, it's like, okay, this is surreal. But
just
like
be
you said,
grateful,
just be grateful. That's what it's all about. Just
and
being
just
grateful.
he blessed me, putting in
And
the
I,
work.
and that's what it's all about. You know, your work paid off, fruits of your labor. I know you still write your story, but I know it's not done yet. You still a
Yeah,
young
yeah,
man. I know you still got more stuff you
of
want to
course.
accomplish in life. Let me ask you about this. I know you did a interview about your chain.
Yeah.
Um, was people questioning you? Was it real or fake? How did that all come about?
Mm. Well, the only reason I did that because I know social media. Everyone wants to know, is it real? I mean, if you get a custom piece and it says "ho" on it, you can't just go get that anywhere. So of course, that was people weren't asking me, but of course, in their head, I know it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I just came out with that. You know, I felt like the interview wanted to ask me that, you know what I'm saying? So it was about time the world see because they're gonna ask it anyways. So I feel like you just get that out of the way early and eliminates all questions.
And I get it because a lot of times what you have it's the mindset of individuals where they question things, but they question things in a negative way. If that
Of
makes sense,
course.
like it's not when it's like okay, I want to take your word for it. Now they want you. We got to show receipts and all this
Hmm.
other stuff. Like you doing it to please people, but I know you're not a people pleaser. You're doing
I
it
just
because
did that for them just to have something to talk about, laugh about. Um, just have something to talk about. I'm all about content, so that's really what that was. You know, just putting out content out there for the people. You want to have that talk around you. Is it real or is it fake? Because that's how you stay trending, good or bad. You want to be being talked about.
That's you're right about that. Good publicity, bad publicity, it's all gonna bring traffic your way. It's gonna get your numbers. It's gonna get more.
Of
It's gonna
course,
acquire people's minds. So you're right about that. So
to
my
be
next
thinking
question
about
is,
data.
you're right. That's what it's all about. So my next question is, what is your creative process like?
My creative process, it just depends. Like on this last track, Need Me. Um, I use some of my own personal experience in that as well. And then I use that experiences of other people that I know that they go through or stuff that I may have seen on a movie, cartoon, anything. You just kind of want to take stuff that you know people is going through and put it in your music. Sometimes it might be me smoking. It might be me drinking. It might be me going to the club. Life and music is all about experiences. So everything that I've been able to record and create has been through stuff that I've lived. So just depending on that track, it just depends on the creative mood I want to go. I kind of like going back and forth from feeling to stuff that I might be going through to third perspective because I don't always want to just talk about my perspective because I want to have the perspective from other people's lenses as well. It's not always about me.
Yeah, this was up right there. We're gonna take another quick commercial break. Then we're gonna jump right back into our conversation. The name of the episode it was Fire, but then I changed the name of it. It's called It's Game Day featuring DaeDay. It is Game Day,
I
of
like
course,
that. It's game day,
featuring
man.
DaeDay. So we're gonna jump right back in after our quick commercial break. So y'all tune in for the next convo.
Write your next hit stage play with Sheena D.
What up, everybody? How you feeling? You're truly stretching 6x6 phenomenon from WHUR on the set of this wonderful play that we just witnessed for a 2-day event called Crucified.
I knew it was the boy. I don't like him. No,
Mom. Writer, director, and producer of hit stage play Crucified. That's by popular demand.
I gotta say, this was a great piece of work.
Damn! Oh, okay. How you gonna be that chocolate with all them muscles and your grill messed up? Come on. Oh my God! It's like finding a Snicker with no nut. I know, baby. I know. Come on.
What are you waiting for? Head over to sdhentertainment.com now to sign up.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back here on Walking This Way Impact Force podcast, and we're back in the studio with DaeDay. It's Game Day featuring DaeDay. That was a big shout out to Sheena D. That was her stage play Crucified. It's doing real good. We know she made some hits in Washington D.C. Get big shout out, and I'm very proud to be her sponsor as well. So we're back in the studio with DaeDay. We talk about the creative process. Let me ask you. I know you have. You have a lot of women in videos. You have a lot of women that's your right hand lady, of course.
Mhm.
So how's the dating scene been going? Is you just
Dating scene is good for me, actually. I got a
Oh.
girlfriend. Indeed. Yeah, the
Okay,
dating
man.
scene is good for me, man. I just like keeping my stuff like low key because we going up. You know what I'm saying? You gotta tell baby girl it's a lot being on the camera all the time, and even though I'm not to that stage yet, I just see myself blowing up in almost overnight fashion. And when you tend to have social media involved into your relationship, it doesn't really work like that. I feel like in the industry, you have a lot of relationships just based off publicity. They don't actually really like each other. So, stuff like that. I like to keep private and stuff like that. My life is my, you know what I'm saying? My life is my life. Sure.
Yeah, and I respect that because I know what you being in the limelight and being in the world of social media. I know you have to keep that balance where you have business, which I know you showcase like your business stuff. But like
Exactly.
you said, the person stuff
Yeah.
you keep on the back end. So I respect that
Definitely want to
totally.
keep that personal. Family, different things like that. That's all personal information. And if you tend to open that up to the public, you just got to have thick skin because once at that point, everybody's going to be giving opinions and feel like they owe you one no matter what.
And that's what's up. And my next question to you, who would you most like to collab with?
So I got a few artists. Chris Brown, Justin Bieber, I was telling my lady about that yesterday. I was like, I'm gonna have a song with him. Usher, um, and maybe some other people as well. I would stay tuned. Nobody really knows about this, but just because I'm on this podcast, I'll be working with Jaheim. You guys know who Jaheim is, old R&B singer
Okay.
in the '90s. Well, me and him will be working on a project soon, just to mix some of that old with the new. So um, I just kind of want to touch some of the old school people and see how they handled the limelight and different things like that. Because I reached out to him and he gave me a lot of good advice and stuff like that.
Man, that's what's up. So, like you building this journey, so do you have mentors? You have people that you look forward to advice?
Yeah.
How you go about doing that?
Well, Jaheim actually, he had started following me on Instagram, and so I
Okay.
just reached out to him, DM'd him, and I was like, "Hey, brother, any advice you would give to aspiring artists?" And he was just telling me to put my all into it, blood, sweat, and tears. Stay prayed up. Make sure my team is 1,000%. Um, just making sure everybody's holding themselves accountable. And if I love music, give it my all, and the best will come out of it. And he's been very supportive. He shares all my stuff when I send it to him. It's in my comment section like that. So that's somebody that I'm gonna kind of look to be like a mentor. Even though we just met, we've had a lot of conversation. And like I said, um, just the advice that he gave me, I'm not gonna, conclude the whole conversation that we had, but he gave me a lot of advice that somebody that actually cares will give you. You know what I'm saying? So I know he senses something in me, and he let me know that.
Yeah, and I know that right there just is another notch on your belt where you want to take it to the next level, approach everything in the spirit of excellence. Because I know that you don't want to have step with this thing. You want to go with this thing 1,000%. As everybody say, keep it 100. You want to keep
Keep
it
it a million, you know.
keep it as that keep it a million. So let me ask you this: if you start a world tour today, who would be on that tour with you and why?
Um, if I started a world tour, who would go with me? I for surely Chris Brown. I would have to say I'll have to have Justin Bieber on there as well, just because I feel like Justin Bieber got a lot of fans. Because I do world tour, I know overseas Justin Bieber got a lot of fans. Um, Really, I don't know. I mean, little baby, he's cool, but I don't know if I mean, I would definitely bring him on tour with me. He's for right now, he's popping. Lil Durk, Young Boy, um, but I would probably go more singers than rappers actually if I
Okay,
was
that's
going
what's
on a
up.
world tour.
Man, that's what's up. So right now, do you have any upcoming show? What do you have up? Any upcoming shows?
So July 29th, I'm actually opening up for Moonwalker in Dallas. So I'll be out there next week. He a Moonwalker. He has a hit song called Lizzo, a few other songs like that. I know you guys may have heard it. It may not off the top of your head, but I know if you look it up, most of you guys have heard it. So that's my most recent show that I have up here. And then I got a few different things and events that I'm gonna be throwing in Missouri and stuff like that. So coming up.
And that's what's up. So let me ask you, how's your work schedule from performing, making music, to your private life, business life? How do you keep everything afloat? How do you keep everything under control?
I'm able to keep it all under control. It's because I'm 22 years old. If I was a little bit older, it'd be hard. But my cousin, man, he say, "You're so young, man. You should be able to do this." So, uh, with my career, this is something that I love to do. So it's not like that I have to, I have any shrug days about, going to the studio or just getting up, making music, content. This is the stuff in the life that I asked for. So I'm actually very energetic. And like I said, I'm grateful to even be building a platform. So I'm just, I love doing stuff like that. Um, and in personal life, it's personal life. You got to make time for your personal life. You don't get caught up too much in that because you want to understand that social media is social media, and you don't want to take that from real time and time to yourself. And that time to myself is when I'm able to really just cope with myself and different things like that, build different pieces and reflect with the realest person I know, myself. Of course.
And that's what's up right there. So maintaining everything, keeping afloat, staying focused, just doing music, just grinding. I know
Hmm.
you doing podcasting. Just so you still doing a podcast or
Well, I actually haven't been doing the podcast. I still been doing YouTube as well. It was a little bit different. Like when I was doing the podcast, and I wasn't really focusing on music. You know what I'm
right?
saying? So it was like instead of being the podcasted, you know, or being the interviewer, I just decided maybe now, you know, I just felt like, you know, with me building on my social media platform, it's time to be the interviewed, you know. But I
Gotcha.
still want to do stuff like that. Like I'll do more social experiences, but my YouTube channel is going to be mainly based on content and different things like that. I do have an interview on there as well that somebody did on me, but I'm going to get back out here and start doing more public interviews. But I don't know if I'll just sit down and interview more like podcasting and stuff like that. I will, you know, in the future.
Okay, and that's what's up. So artist, entrepreneur, designer. What's next for DaeDay? Is you gonna be writing books? We know a lot of artists are writing books like Rick Ross, 50
Yeah.
Cent. Is that something that's on your list, or have you something you ever thought about?
I would love to get into writing. Actually, when I was younger, I used to write stories all the time. I feel like got a lot of stuff to talk about. And as I'm getting older in life and I experience more, I would love to get into the more of the reading and just writing aspect of it. I'm starting an AAU team actually as well, and I'm trying to get that up and going by the next summer. Definitely want to reach out to the youth and stuff like that and give them an opportunity that a lot of us didn't have. If it's basketball, football, you know, I just want to get out here and really target on the youth and help them.
And we know that post a video about that. We're gonna talk about that next, giving back to the youth. We're gonna do another commercial break, and after that, we're gonna jump back to in game day with DaeDay. We're gonna talk about giving back to the youth. So stay tuned, everybody.
You just did. Don't be scared now. Keep running up on me. And I will unload this clip and blow your entire dick off your fucking body.
Bitch, I told you, him and that slimy asshole, we about to get that ass and snatch that bitch by the band.
Sir, ma'am, I said shut the fuck up.
Lock down every airport, bus station, and train station within 100 miles from us.
Please, I'm sorry.
I know you won't, Mr. D'Angelo.
Sorry.
Mahogany Raspberry is a notable name in the entertainment industry for a great talent. She is a model, radio host, voiceover artist, writer, entertainer, actor, and an amazing director who has built a formidable and amiable brand for herself. She is a vibrant, diligent, versatile, and devoted goal-getter who often empties herself into every role and never ceases to crack fans' rib with an interpretation of a comic role. She later dived into a radio show, Miss More Intimate Talk Radio, a radio show hosted for 4 amazing years, raising different subjects of discussion, furthering intimate conversations about life and cultures, and she has also been featured in several TV shows and web series, been recognized and interviewed by many notable magazines. She has equally trained with Javon Johnson and Mariska Phillips, to mention a few of her pieces of training. Her movies and theatre performance include In the House Seater, Self-Quarantine, Wild City, Sister Soldier, Love Bugs, A Split Second, Preaching Lies, The Conscience, Threesome, Fatal Attraction, Snapped, Irreversible Desires, The Story Before the Glory, Stick Me Up, Wide Open, Trans Me Reloaded, Tiffany and Jones Season 1 and Season 2, Irreversible Desires, Can't Get Right, just to mention a few. In 2022, she was nominated and awarded Best Supporting Actor at the Atlanta DSM Awards, where she was crowned Queen of the Eagles and named Ngozi, which means blessing. She has also gotten many recognitions and award nominations to her name. DSM Awards team is once again delighted to honor honor a notable, elegant and resourceful African-American woman for her contributions to the entertainment industry and also for being an exemplary leader. She's continued to motivate many with a great talent and a beautiful personality. The African-American community is proud to have Mahogany Raspberry as ours. Congratulations, Mahogany Raspberry. We appreciate you.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We are back here on Walking This Way Impact Voice Podcast. You see, I'm doing commercials. So if you have a commercial you want me to add on the podcast, I'll be glad to. Whether it's your business, whether it's your brand, or you're doing music, hey, I would love to support you. I'm all about supporting the up-and-coming people that are doing positive things. And that's what we all about here. So we always want to see people advance. I know I made a post earlier how they wear. Like I said, when it comes to celeb, we like their picture, like their videos, and it shoots up to the millions. But when it comes to people that we know, we don't give them that support. Mm-hmm. And I just want to give that support to people just like as yourself who are doing things, making a life for yourself, making a legacy for yourself to say, hey, you know what? I want to support this brother. Whether just a heart, a thumbs up, a comment, a share. That's what we have to do because we need each other at the end of the day. We cannot do this by ourselves. Mm-hmm. So we have to support each other at all costs because we have to. I just made that earlier because I said a lot of people do that. We support the artists, the athletes. They don't know us. We'll support them, but when it comes to our own, we don't really do it as much. Until I guess when it started getting popular, that's when everybody wanted to start doing it.
Following the trend. I absolutely agree with you. We don't have enough of that. Too many people, like you said, they be quick to, oh, Beyonce did this or Patrick Mahomes did this. Like you said, don't even know them, but they be so quick to be on them and like them. A heart, a comment, a share that goes a long way because, like I tell people, you might have somebody on your page that I may not be able to reach because they may not follow me. That my type of content may not pop up on their page, but a share, a like, or just even telling somebody or mentioning me, it helps a long way. If you were doing it like because you're on this same journey as I am, brother, and I'm glad that we both knew each other because we're supporting each other. You know what I'm saying? Be there for each other, sharing, stuff like that, and that's how you build personal relationships with people, and that's how you know who really's rocking with you. If they can't even do that, then it's like, you're gonna wait till everybody already on the trend, and you're gonna be too late at that point.
Yep, and that's how it all be. That's why I'm on LinkedIn, and it was a reggae artist. He wanted to connect with me. He told me some of these tracks. That's the song I was playing earlier before we get on. I asked him, I say, would it be an honor for me to play one of your songs on the show tonight? And he said, hey, go ahead. And he listened to me a lot of his songs. Awesome song. I never listened to reggae, but listen to him, I'm gonna have to start listening to some reggae music. But it's all about the support and the love of each other. So
it goes a long way, man.
Getting back to you. I know you had a video out where you playing basketball. Getting back to you. We know it's important. I know you being a young man in this day and age, and I work within the system where we have a lot of young men being incarcerated on a regular basis. You see here in the DFW, youth, gun violence, going to jail, murder charge, looking at the rest of their life in prison, which means that cuts off a generation. So what that happens, we can't fruitful multiply. So what happened is it leaves the women by themselves. So what made you want to start giving back to the youth? Because a lot of times we forget about the young people, but I know you being a young man yourself, what made you just want to start giving back to them?
Like you said, especially in our community, either you could be I always say this, another statistic, either you're in prison or you're dead. In our community, we don't have a lot of people that's very, very, very successful, or like you said, just breaking that curse, that generational curse. I always wanted to get the youth because a lot of these adolescents and kids, they don't have nobody to even look up to or just even model themselves after. Mentorship, and me being 22, I realized how important that is to have someone, a older man around you that knows what he's talking about, and just being able to mentor you and groom you, because you're not gonna know stuff that a 37-year-old, 40-year-old, because you haven't been around that long. So
mentors and guidance is all essential to life. We don't do that in our community. We see that in a lot of other communities. That unity, and if we can bring that unity together and everyone thinking about everybody, that's that God frequency. That's that Jesus frequency, to where you just thinking about other people. And I just want to get other people in situations. I don't want to be the only one. Um, Life increasing and everyone around me in my community stays here and I'm here. No, I want to keep being blessed, and I know God is not going to give me this platform if I don't give back to his people.
That's true, and you're right about that. And I'm glad that you're doing that. Just giving back because it's a lot of gifted young men, very gifted, very talented. But I know they just caught up in a situation where they're raising themselves, or they may came from a single parent home, with mostly with their mothers. A lot of them don't know who their father is, but learning more about manhood, and we know it seems like we are at war right now when it comes to manhood, where young men have to find themselves. And I know it takes mentors, in the long run, to help us find our way, that we become better leaders, that we can bring forth structure, that we can be better husbands, better fathers, because once we out of society, everything goes down. And we know it's an attack on us on every walks of life, but we have to maintain and stay focused, put in the work. You see on social media, you see on YouTube, complaining, murmuring, pointing the finger at each other, but not taking accountability. So if you got the man going this way and the woman going this way, it leads the children to the fend for themselves, which means the enemy will get a hold to them
And allow
and
them to do
just
whatever he wants. You know, and
exactly.
they're at his disposal at that point. So I think mentorship is it's essential to life, and with every race, you need big brothers and big sisters to hold you accountable, and they have to, and seeing you what you see in yourself. Sometimes somebody older can already know the type of person you're gonna be just by looking at you, and sometimes you just need to be around them because, like you said, you got a lot of young people just crashing out and throwing their life away behind simple choices that if you would have had somebody in your ear, you may would have did different.
Yeah, we know life is all about choices, and that's no doubt, no question about that.
Hmm.
My next question is, what is your favorite song to perform on stage?
My favorite song to perform on stage is probably "Hurt Me." Um, my favorite song right now is probably "Fire," but "Hurt Me" to me is it's my most liked song. Um, just why you gotta hurt me? I remember when I first wrote it and I recorded it. I was practicing at home, doing the little crowd wave, and I was just always rehearsing. And just I remember the first time I did, it and everybody did it with me. Just that feeling right there. And then people walking up to me like, "Bro, that song is hard." From DJs, multiple DJs when I performed it have made me do it 2 times in a row. So um, it's just a good feeling. I love that song.
And that's what's up. And I know that you love doing what you're doing and having
Absolutely,
fun. At the end of the day, it's all about having fun. Have
it's all
fun doing
about
what you're
having fun.
doing. And I know you have the new single out, Fire. What is Fire all about?
Fire is all about start take y'all right through that pre-chorus. Um, uh, Brother overdose and they won't even they I said say they be with you, but they don't really be your mm. Meaning you got people that say they really riding for you, that they really your friends and brothers, and the whole time they don't, and they be having their own personal agenda, and you can see it because they just reveal it themselves. You don't have to do anything. Like my cousin say, a bad person, a bad spirit, it's gonna reveal itself in no time. You're not gonna have to expose it or anything like that. So that's where that bar came from. My brother overdosed. They won't even let me see him. I don't know if it's because he's black or he's locked up in the system. My brother's in prison right now. He was, overdosed. He's in the hospital on, he was on critical condition, and you can point to race all day. He's black, but or is he really in prison? Um, and then when I said I'm tired, like I was just tired. Life sometimes it gives you a point. You're going through so much in life that you become tired. And so the fire, this was after the storm. You know, the storm was already a trial and tribulation I had made it through. And it's like, you ever been going good in life and then the devil sends you into another trial and tribulation. And so this time it's just, instead of the storm, it's the fire. And it's almost 2 times, 10 times worse. And so I was like, I'm going through the fire. Because I felt like I was going through the fire. But it's not a bad thing. The fire can mold you like with copper. You got to burn it down, and you know what I'm saying, it almost purified. So, you know, uh, trials and tribulations, like I said, they only make me strong. Yeah, this is the fire, but I already made it through the storm, meaning I already came through one trial and one tribulation. So I know I'm going to be able to make it through the fire.
Man, that's what's up right there. You still hanging in there, and still having fun in the process. So, when were we expecting the album? I know you dropping the singles. So when is the album coming out?
My album, that's what I've been thinking about the longest. How do I want to do that? Okay. I don't know. I'll probably drop a mixtape, or not a mixtape. I'll probably drop like a tape, not necessarily an album. I want to wait till I get some more people, more following before I drop an album. Because when I drop an album, I want the whole world to really feel me, and I really want to shake up some stuff. Right now, I'm able to do that got the momentum and stuff that I have, which is singles. Once I do like a little 3 or 4 song demo or something like that, keep building that momentum. Drop it soon. I know the first name of my album is going to be Genesis. I don't know when, but honestly, some of these tracks that I have now will be featuring on it because I want to give them the story of the beginning of DaeDay.
You know? Man, that's what's up right there. I know putting in the work, it's a process. What advice would you give? I know you up and coming yourself, but what advice would you give an up and coming artist or entrepreneur? Because I know you're an entrepreneur as well, businessman. What advice would you give them? We know people get discouraged. We know that they get discouraged by the numbers. Even God told Jeremiah, "Don't be afraid of their faces." So, what advice would you give to an up and coming entrepreneur?
The most important advice that someone gave me: trust the process. Trust the process. Don't ever knock yourself. When you're first getting started, expect it to be slow. Expect it to be slow. But if your talent is there, like I love the scripture, faith without works is dead. Mm-hmm. Meaning you can have faith all day, but if you're not putting in the work, you're not going to make it. You have to put in the work because there's people out here working. A lot of these musicians and people that you look up to, they barely get any sleep because they're constantly working and trying to perfect their craft. So trust the process. Don't knock yourself, okay? Everybody has self-doubt and stuff like that, but don't ever be too hard on yourself. And just, love what you do. And like you said earlier, have fun. If you really have fun and love what you're doing, then you're gonna keep a positive attitude and keep a positive outlook on everything because Ice Cube said it best. Don't be expecting to at least not have nothing less of 5 years in something. Like, meaning you need to be grinding at least 5 years before you even think that you're gonna make it. Like, I know nowadays you feel like you can blow up overnight, and it's true. But a lot of them people, they've been rapping for years and stuff like that. So just keep being consistent. Consistency is key. If you're not being consistent, you're not going to make it. You can have all the talent in the world, but no one's going to hear about you.
You're right about that. We know we're in a world now where people will pay people to get their numbers up. I get that all the time. Hey, you pay me such, I get you up to the thousands and to the millions. I'm just all about old fat. I'm all about putting in the work.
Yeah.
I mean, perfect the content.
And you want a real following.
Right.
Not bots. You want real people to be like, I know Furman Jackson. That's a good man. I met him. Like, you want to have those type of relationships because those are the people that's going to be like, oh, I knew him when Walk on His Ways was this small. Now it's up here. And they'll be able to testify to what type of man you are.
And as I'm going to talk about work, about perfection. We know when it comes to your social media, building your brand,
mm-hmm.
What is how do you approach the brand of DaeDay? Because I know you're all about perfection, which is a good thing, and I know you don't want to be shabby and you don't want to have steps. So, what is your blueprint for success?
My blueprint for success is being myself. Not letting anybody make me be something I'm not. It just like I said, my parents always instilled me to work hard,
Yeah.
and if you really love something, put your all into it. And so just with that music, I put my life into this music, so that's why it's able to you get that feeling and stuff like that. Just being hungry for success too. That's what keeps me going. Um, I'm tired of living life like this. Like I told God, I want to live up. You know,
That
and
right.
God said, "I'll give you the desires of your heart. Just honor me in all that you do, and I'll direct your path." And so I just been doing that and just being hungry for success, not settling for less. Like I'm not gonna stop until I'm up at the top, until where my dream is achieved, and then I can start looking into reality. If you get what I'm saying.
I hear you saying.
Like once I achieve my dream, then
Right.
I'm good.
Oh, so that means after that you want to start to go into other venues and other projects. When I say that,
For sure.
probably like real estate,
Yeah.
stuff like that,
I don't want to do
investment.
music my whole life.
Right.
I don't. I feel like I'm called here for a higher purpose. Music is just a way to get me into the door. That's music is like I tell people, music is my way to draw you in. It's my character and my principle and my foundation to where I feel like I'm gonna really get out here and have an impact on people, not just through music, but through real life and actually giving back to the community and helping. Like I wanna really get out here and help people for real. I don't want to be. I don't care about being going down as the best artist like of all time. I know I'm good. Like I said, music is just happens to be something I'm good at. It's my job. Like I love it though for surely, but it's not my life.
Right. And that's why I was just thinking about, when you want to get into entrepreneurship. Well, you are an entrepreneur, but get more into that. I know pushing the brand,
Business
um,
owning, like
business
different things
owning,
like that.
stuff like, okay, got you. Investing and stuff
Hmm.
like that. Um, let's talk about movies. We see a lot of artists go into movie. We know Dallas right now, as it say, is becoming Dollywood, Dollywood now. So, are we expecting Day Day to start getting into some acting? Have you been approached about it? Have you been thinking about it? What's the 411?
I mean, honestly, every time I music video, acting, um, in the future for surely, I would definitely say, man, y'all get ready to see DaeDay on the big screen for real. Just having fun and just getting to experience life. I don't wanna say that there's nothing that I can't do because I used to do acting back in school, so I definitely want to get into that and just maybe have my own show one day.
That's what's up. I know you are an independent artist. What's the freedom of being an independent artist? I mean, you're not signed to a label, but you
Well,
just being your own boss.
honestly, I'm actually signed to a hoe. Actually,
Gotcha. Okay, okay.
so we did that. That was between me and my cuz. What we're building over here it's something really extremely big. We call my music the soundtrack to the clothes, right? Because this is what it's really about, right? These clothes. This is how we're gonna be able to be on that level of Nike, Puma, Adidas. That's how big we see the clothes, and the music. Just with the clothes in general, I'm able to meet a lot more people. When I got signed with Ho, my cousin got me in the door with a lot of people pushing me, got me a car, um, giving me a chain, like just believing in me, studio time, just like all the stuff behind the scenes. Man, a lot goes into it. Constantly being on the road. I mean, like this past month and a half, I've been literally going all like just driving all day, stop, hitting different states, just trying to get our name out there and faces out there. So um, it's a blessing just being a part of something just so big and just being able to help build it up from the ground up as well.
And that's what it's all about. And like I said, the groundwork, the hustling, the bustling. And you know what? Some individuals, I don't say people, some individuals, they forget about that. They forget that it's a process. It's gonna be some late nights. It's gonna be shortage of sleep. It's gonna be some sacrificing. When I say sacrificing, you're gonna have to put some temporary fun on hold right now because you're building something. And you know, hey, I'm not at that level yet where I could just go have a vacation, do this, because you're constantly building. Even the Bible says there's a time and season for everything.
Mm-hmm.
There's a time to build, there's time to do this, there's time to do that. So what this really, as you being 22 years old and maintain your focus, I know you got people you grew up with, like, man, you have to do all that, come out here, let's go to the club, let's do this, do that, but you know in your life, hey, I'm not where I want to be at yet.
Mm-hmm.
So how does that keep? How you just keep that afloat? And what advice would you give to somebody when it comes to just making them sacrifice temporary fun?
Like you said, not being where I truly want to be at. Like I said, I'm 22, but I had those years where I didn't do nothing for an entire year, and I was just doing smoking and doing drugs all day. I had that phase, but now it's like I'm not getting no younger. I'm not. I'm getting older every single day, and it's just about I don't have no time to waste. Life is just like you can't even fathom that to forever. You know, life is just a short flick, and so it's just like I don't have no time to waste, and it seems like the days are going by faster, years are going by faster, so it's just like I don't want to go to the club. If I go in the club, it's to promote, it's to get my face out there. I don't just like to go just to, it's not really my scene no more. Even though I'm an artist and stuff like that, I'm very low key. Like I tell my brother, I like being at home playing the game, man. I have to go out though. That's a part of my job. But work comes first. So if it's not work, then like you said, you have to make sacrifices along this journey. You can't play all the time. I'm a grown man as well. And if you don't work, you don't eat. So I have to, this is my bread and butter. I don't have a backup plan. So that is what keeps me going. That I don't want to work a job no more. No 9 to 5.
Hey, I respect it. I respect your mindset. And that's what it's all about. The grind don't stop. That's why I love Dr. Dre and his work ethic. How he been putting the work. Dre's I think he's a billionaire, was a billionaire. But not just that, but
sure, close to it.
It just his work ethic. His drive, still putting in the work. A lot of great artists like 50 Cents of the world and the Eminems of the world, the Busta Rhymes and all those artists. Them guys still, so they did 20-some years ago, but they still living a great life.
Yeah, literally.
But they make music they want to, but they still, they pay their dues. So now they just join the fruits of the label. It's like, hey, you want to get to that point where,
oh yeah,
I don't want to have to make music unless I want to drop something. But you want to be at that point where, hey, I'm good.
And I don't even think people understand how hard it is to be an artist. Do you know how much you can be used to performing your whole life, but I'm telling you, performing in front of 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 1,000, 100,000 people, that takes a lot of courage. That being in all these different cities, you might be in New York one day, then you got to go to Cali the next day. Just that back and forth. You got a lot of late nights and a lot of early mornings being an artist. I don't think people understand. They think you just record and no, you got to be constantly in people's faces and stuff like that. It's a lot of hard work. And I'm not even to that stage yet, but just being on the road, driving one city, man, all right, let's go get a hotel in another city 6 hours away. Just stuff like it's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes. It's just a lot of work.
Living out of suitcases and flying here, flying there, and
I mean, absolutely. It's just like schedule. You got to make those sacrifices though, and those artists did that. People that understand, they were doing tours for like years, a 20-city tour, 30-city tour in 15 days or how many every days. That's a lot of traveling on your body and stuff like that.
And it is, selling CDs and tapes out the trunk of their car.
I'm sure that's why they get on drugs, because it's like you have to stay up. You have to stay up.
Yeah, I mean, in the studio overnight, crashing at people's houses, sleeping on their couch, their floor, get right back up. Because you have a purpose. You have a plan. All the great people always had a plan. the Jeff Bezos of the world, the Elon Musk of the world, Mark Cubans of the world, the Michael Jordans of the world. They didn't become billionaires by not doing anything. They had put in the work, and it took years for them to reach that status. Well, you got LeBron James; he's a billionaire now.
Yeah.
But it took years for them to get there.
And of them doing extra work as well. They're putting in extra work.
Yeah. But I talk about this day, and I say this a lot of times, so we're in a generation now where individuals, they complain. They want the success, but they want to be comfortable at the same time. And it don't work that way. Like you mentioned earlier, faith without works is dead. And I just like maybe think about the book that I read, Knowledge of the Self with the 5%ers. He was saying in the book, how can you want to go to the NBA, but you're not working on your game? You still playing video games, not working and doing to get to that level. Faith without works is dead. We would want this stuff, but if we just sitting around not doing anything, we're just playing ourselves.
You have to put works into it. You have to put absolutely action. It's just like a verb. You can say you have to put action into it. You got to work hard in any profession you want to be. I was talking to my cousin about the NBA. Actually, he's 11, and he was like, "I want to go to the NBA." And I looked at him and I said, "You can. Either you can really want to go as a dream, or you can go in real life. But just know, bro, you got to be working hard. Like, there's no way that you should be in the house, bro. You should be running constantly, like you said, working on your game. When you're doing something and when you're striving for greatness, you have to put your all into it. Because if you don't, come on, Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, they were able to be so successful in the games because behind the scenes when nobody was watching in practice, they were going just as hard. That's what it's about. How hard are you working when no one's watching you? Are you just working hard on the camera? I don't do what I do just for social media. That just allows you guys to have some insight on what I'm doing every day. But if regardless of that, I'm still out here grinding, music, vlogging, just content, or thinking of ways that I can improve myself as an artist or what I can add to the brand that's already popping.
Yeah, and that's what's up. I was just saying, you just thinking about that, the works. Faith without works is dead. That's why I love watching the NBA draft, the NFL draft, and how these young men pay their dues from part, middle, high school, college.
Oh yeah.
Now they on
their
whole
life.
Level, their whole life. Just look how they invest in their craft.
That's why they get paid all that money. I don't be mad at them. People don't understand. They've been working 20-something years of their life since they was a kid for the NFL, NBA, and then you see that flood of emotion because that's how just like exciting. Like my mom was like, "What you gonna do when you make your first meal?" And I was like, honestly, I might cry, just because like just that the flood of emotion, just to know that you worked so hard to achieve something. Yeah. That it's okay to like share those emotions and just be happy for yourself. Like tears of joy, though, absolutely.
And they think about it, them boys was doing that stuff for free from power ball, middle high school. They wasn't getting paid anything, but they love what they do. They knew their goal was to be the best at what they do, to fit their craft, and now they're making millions of dollars where they can take care of themselves,
their families to come, like just breaking that curse of hard work. And that's why I really tip my hat to any professional athlete because we quick to type, "Oh, I can do that easily." No, them dudes, they beast. They work hard.
And they work hard. They got to get up early in the morning. They got to hit the gym. They got to eat right. They got to stay hydrated. They got to go to practice. Then they got to get up, go to school, do their work. They don't understand. They look like you said, "Oh, I could do that." You don't realize behind the scenes, them boys was going to the gym, practicing, doing their school work,
getting pushed.
But they, like you said, "Oh, I could do that." Like you said, behind the scenes with the music, they don't. "Oh, I could do that." No, it ain't. You got to write your songs. You got to perfect your songs. You got to make sure you're dropping the things at the right time. If it's not right, you gotta do it all over again.
For sure. It's just staying right for it. Like I said, everybody's quick to talk about something that they're not in. That's why you give respect to every profession that everybody does because, they having to put that work in. Like I said, it's just but you never let people get in your head. You just keep it going, because I'm not gonna sit here and talk about what I'm doing. I'm gonna keep going, regardless of what everyone's talking about. Keep it going.
That's it. And I got one more question to you before you leave the studio. And I know you got some work you got to do. What message do you have for your fans? And that's what we're going to lead it off with tonight.
The message I have for my fans, I want y'all to really think about this too. And just for anybody that come across me, spread love. I had to sit down. I had an interview in a magazine, and they asked me that same question, and I said, spread love. You never know how, hey, how you doing, or opening up the door for somebody at the store, or just a kind gesture. You know, you never know the impact that it can have on somebody's life. Somebody might be really going through something, and, you know, being on that Jesus type of time, just showing love to your neighbor. Because he said, how can you expect to love me and you don't love the person that's right in front of you, you know? So it's just about spreading love and being positive. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what's up right there. And I know I'm not going to hold you up, my little brother. I know you got some stuff you got to do. And
yes, sir, man.
The grind don't stop.
Hey, I appreciate you for having me on, man. Shout out to Walking His Ways podcast. Shout out to my brother, Furman Jackson Jr., man. And shout out to the whole organization.
Man, I appreciate you, DaeDay, man. Keep up the great work.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
not going to hold you up. I know you on a time schedule. I thank
yes,
you
sir,
for making
man.
time for
hey,
me.
I'll see you soon, though, brother, man. I'm going to send you some details about that show in Dallas coming up.
Most definitely. I look forward to it, man. Have a great night.
Hey, yes, sir. God bless you, man.
God bless you, too. Peace. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to leave the studio. I'm about to play this track that was sent to me before we get ready to get off. I thank everybody. I also want to tell everybody this. Remember the graveyard. Everybody had one thing in common. They thought they were going to see tomorrow, and they didn't. Remember, let's live life like it is our last. And remember, at the end of the day, man, love yourself, support yourself, encourage yourself, and most importantly, man, be about your business. I will be back here Saturday morning at 10 a.m. with my next guest from out of my hometown of Mobile, Alabama, Alexander Scott. He's going to be in the studio, stand-up comedian, great guy. We're going to be back here Saturday morning. Be blessed, everybody. Peace.
Hey, people, are you ready? Hey, give the people what they want. Let's solve a problem about color of skin. Don't matter the eyes, look within. Where you from? Which way you're going? Forget foolish aims. New wind is blowing. People power, children. People power, people power. Point of view, yes. Don't say you're wrong when you show your right. Not your brother, you must fight. Oh no. Remember the question. It's taking you too long. People, unite and be strong. Live long. Your people power, children. People power. Look at you. People power. Steady. People now. Listen, never say you're wrong when you show you're right. Don't fight. There's bound to be solutions for world unity. People, free your mind from captivity. Your people power, children. People power, look at you. People power, on the double now. Now make no trouble now. Right away. Hey, I'm on la, are we through? Your people power for you. I'm on la, are we through? Our people power for you. People power. People power. Right away. Under double. No make no trouble. Look at you. 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 Stand up. Look at you. Stand up. Look at you. Get up. Look at you. Stand up. Look at you. Get up. Look at you. Look at you. Alright. Look at you. Stand up. Look at you. Still live on. Look at you. No, I eat. Look at you.